Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show where we take your sources, really peel back the layers, and try to get right to the heart of what you need to know.
And today, we're plunging into something truly enigmatic. It's captivated people for decades, really baffled scientists.
That's right, the colossal submerged stone structure known as the Yonaguni Monument.
So this story really kicks off back in 1986. You've got this local diver, Kiichiro Aratake, off the coast of Yonaguni Island in Japan.
Just a regular dive day, presumably?
Pretty much, yeah. And then he stumbles upon something, well, monumental is the word. These huge formations.
And right away, he thought they weren't natural.
That was the thing. They just looked different. Anything but natural was the feeling.
So when you say anything but natural, what specifically are we talking about? What did he actually see down there that sparked that idea?
Okay, picture this. You've got these formations with incredibly flat surfaces.
Yeah.
Like sheer faces.
Okay.
And sharp, almost unnervingly perfect 90-degree angles. Then there are these intricate terraces, kind of like steps.
Steps, like stairs.
Yeah, exactly. And straight pathways and what really look like carved stair-like formations going up the main structure.
Wow.
And some people, later dives claim to see even more specific things. Carved animal figures, maybe. Some even say a human face.
A face looking back from the depths. That's eerie.
It really is. The overall impression. It looks unnervingly like a sunken city or maybe, some kind of giant pyramid structure.
And the location, the depth, that's critical here, isn't it?
Absolutely critical. It's resting way below current sea levels. We're talking something that if it was built on land...
It would have to be ancient, like mind-bendingly ancient.
Exactly. Thousands of years old. If this one thing is proven man-made, it could seriously unravel millennia of accepted history.
You mean pushing back complex civilization?
By over 10,000 years, predating Sumer, predating ancient Egypt. It completely changes the timeline.
Which naturally leads to some pretty wild theories.
This is where that core conspiracy theory really takes hold. The whole Yonaguni Monument, lost city, alien architects, suppressed history idea.
Right, it asks those big what-if questions. What if it's not natural?
What if it's proof? Undeniable proof of a lost, super advanced civilization from before the Ice Age.
Or even aliens.
Or even ancient alien intervention, yeah. That's part of the theory too.
And then there's the cover-up angle.
Yeah.
What if mainstream science knows?
And what if their dismissal, calling it natural erosion, isn't just disagreement, but a deliberate cover-up?
Because the truth is just too world-shattering, too disruptive to our understanding of history, of ourselves.
Precisely. So that's our mission for this deep dive. We're going to unearth the details, the discovery, the features.
Look at those chilling claims about who might have built it and when.
And examine this so-called evidence that proponents use to back this up.
And then we also need to ground it, right? Look at the logical counter-arguments from the scientific community.
Definitely. We need both sides. The geology, the archaeology.
And finally, we'll maybe speculate a bit on why this particular mystery, this theory, resonates so strongly. Why do we love these ideas of hidden knowledge, lost worlds, distrusting the official story?
It taps into something deep, doesn't it?
It really does. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. 1986, Yonaguni Island, that's way out there, right? Southernmost Ryukyu Islands.
Yeah, it's quite remote. And Aratake finds these massive structures. They're at various depths, some quite shallow, like 5 meters, others down to maybe 40 meters.
And that depth range is key because of the Ice Age connection.
Exactly. Sea levels are much, much lower during the last Ice Age. So if these were built on dry land, they had to be astronomically old, like 10,000, 12,000 years old at least.
Visually, you mentioned the flat surfaces, the angles. What's the rock itself like?
It's mainly sandstone and mudstone, common sedimentary rocks for the region. But yeah, it's those features that make it so striking.
The sheer faces, the right angles.
Multiple levels, looking like terraces or steps, almost like a giant ziggurat, but underwater.
And you mentioned pathways.
Yeah, long straight edges, channels cut into the stone, things that really resemble paved paths or roads. It looks designed.
And beyond the main structure, what about those specific claims? The carvings.
Right, that's where it gets even more controversial. Some divers, and definitely proponents of the artificial theory, claim they've identified specific shapes.
Like the turtle, the bird, the face.
Exactly. And also things that look like deliberately carved pillars, maybe drainage channels, almost like ancient plumbing.
Okay, so that really sets up the core debate, doesn't it? Natural versus man-made.
That's the heart of it. On one side, you have people like Masaki Kimura. He's a marine geologist from the local university, University of the Ryukyus.
And he's firmly in the man-made camp.
Very much so. He argues that the sheer geometric regularity, all those sharp angles, terraces, alleged carvings, it's just too much, too perfect, too numerous to just be natural erosion.
For him, it has to be artificial, a remnant of some lost civilization.
That's his position, yes. But then you have the vast majority of geologists and archaeologists on the other side.
And their take is?
Natural. Purely natural geological formation. Their argument comes down to the rock type itself.
The sandstone and mudstone.
Right. They argue this kind of rock is naturally prone to fracturing along specific lines, these horizontal layers called bedding planes, and vertical cracks called joints.
So the rock itself has a kind of internal grid structure.
Sort of, yeah. And when you subject that to thousands of years of strong ocean currents, wave action, and seismic activity, which this area has plenty of.
It can break away in these surprisingly regular shapes.
Precisely. It can create remarkably flat surfaces and sharp angular blocks just through natural erosion acting on those pre-existing fracture lines.
Okay, I can see that. But what are the terraces and steps?
That's explained by differential erosion. Basically, some layers of the rock are harder than others.
Ah, so the softer layers wear away faster.
Exactly. Leaving the harder layers sticking out as ledges, terraces, channels, things that can look very much like steps or pathways to us.
And the carvings, the face, the turtle.
That's where they bring in pareidolia. Our tendency, to see familiar patterns, faces, animals in random shapes.
Like seeing shapes in clouds or the man in the moon.
Exactly that. But on a giant underwater rock formation, they point out these carvings aren't consistently seen or agreed upon by everyone, and it's very subjective.
So for mainstream science, it's a cool natural feature, but just natural.
An intriguing natural wonder.
Yeah.
A testament to geology. But for the other side, for those who believe in a hidden history,
it's much more. It's proof.
It's profound proof. The visual artificiality, the ongoing debate, the huge implications if it were man-made, it becomes a clue to a suppressed truth about our past.
It shifts from being a geological puzzle to a historical conspiracy.
Right. An ambiguous underwater structure becomes this epic story of lost super civilizations, maybe even alien contact, and a massive cover-up.
Let's talk more about that timeline. If it is man-made, that age is the bombshell, isn't it?
It's arguably the most revolutionary part, because it's submerged now, but during the last ice age, 10,000 to 12,000 years ago.
Sea levels were way lower. It would have been dry land.
Meaning it had to have been built before the end of the ice age, before the seas rose.
And that date just demolishes conventional history books.
Completely shatters them.
Yeah.
It pushes back complex human civilization, the kind capable of building massive stone structures, by thousands and thousands of years.
Before the accepted cradles of civilization like Mesopotamia or Egypt.
Way before. It implies a level of technological skill, organization, engineering in the Stone Age that mainstream archaeology just doesn't accept. It's not in the textbooks.
So if it wasn't natural erosion and it wasn't, standard Stone Age hunter-gatherers, who do these theories propose could have built it?
Well, there are a few main overlapping ideas floating around.
Okay.
First, the big one. A lost, highly advanced pre-glacial civilization.
Like Atlantis, Mu, Lemuria type ideas.
Sort of, yeah. The theory suggests a sophisticated culture existed before the end of the last ice age, maybe wiped out during the Younger Dryas period, that time of big climate shifts around 11,000, 12,000 years ago.
A civilization with advanced engineering skills we don't credit them with.
Far beyond what we imagined for that era. And yeah, sometimes it's linked explicitly to those mythical sunken continents like Mu or Lemuria.
Suggesting maybe a whole global network of these advanced cultures.
Exactly. Wiped out by some cataclysm, floods, pole shifts, you name it. Yonaguni, in this view, is just one surviving piece. Maybe a city, a temple, a monument.
Okay, what's the next possibility?
Then you get into the ancient alien architect idea. Or maybe an extraterrestrial base.
Ah, okay. So if humans couldn't have done it,
then maybe someone else did. The argument is the precision, the scale, these impossible features, if you rule out nature, point to non-human intelligence.
So either aliens built it directly?
With advanced tools, yeah. Or maybe they taught early humans how to do it, jump-starting our development.
Ancient astronauts providing the know-how.
Right. And some theories even suggest the structure itself was functional for them, maybe an underwater base or even a landing platform that later got submerged.
Wow. Okay, any other main theories on the builders?
There's also a sort of related idea framing it as a pre-flood relic.
Like Noah's flood. Or another great flood event.
could be linked to the biblical flood, or maybe more scientifically, to those rapid sea level rises linked to comet impacts or melting ice sheets, like during the Younger Dryas.
So a civilization wiped out by a massive flood, leaving this behind.
Essentially, yeah. A remnant of a pre-deluge world whose history got washed away.
So the common thread in all these non-natural theories is that it got submerged.
Right. The timing usually links back to that period around 10,000 to 8,000 BCE when sea levels rose dramatically worldwide as the Ice Age ended.
That drowned the coastal structure and maybe wiped out the civilization that built it?
That's the implication. Or forced them to migrate. Although, some more radical theories even suggest it might have been deliberately submerged for some reason. Who knows?
Okay, this is already huge, but the theory goes further, doesn't it? The cover-up idea.
Ah, yes, the grand cover-up. This is crucial to the whole narrative.
The idea that the truth, whether it's lost civilizations or aliens, is known.
Known by powerful groups, yeah.
Yeah.
And actively, meticulously suppressed. They don't want us to know.
Why? Who would want to hide something this monumental? What's the motive?
Well, the theory points fingers in a few directions. Mainstream academia, archaeology, geology is often accused first.
Why them?
Accusations of dogmatism, being stuck in their ways, unwilling to accept evidence that totally upends their established models of linear human progress.
So accepting Yonaguni would mean rewriting all the textbooks, invalidating careers.
Exactly, shattering the whole academic framework. It's easier, the theory goes, to just dismiss it.
Who else gets accused? Governments.
Definitely. The Japanese government, maybe other world powers. The claim is they control historical narratives for various reasons, national identity, tourism, maybe.
Maybe avoiding panic. Or controlling potential discoveries.
Right. If the monument holds secrets, lost technology, alien artifacts, governments would want to keep that under wraps, monopolize it.
And the sheer societal impact.
Yeah.
Revealing a lost super civilization, or especially aliens.
Could cause chaos. Right. Religious upheaval, breakdown of social order. That's a powerful motive for suppression, allegedly.
So it's about control. Controlling the past to control the present and future.
That's the core idea. Controlling our understanding of human potential, our limitations, our place in the cosmos. If there was a forgotten, advanced past or alien influence.
It changes everything about who we think we are. It could undermine current power structures, religions.
Or even point to suppressed technologies, energy sources. Lots of motives.
And how is this suppression supposedly happening? How do they keep the lid on?
Several methods are cited. Dismissal and ridicule are big ones, labeling anyone who promotes the artificial idea as fringe, pseudoscientific.
Making it seem unbelievable.
Exactly. Controlling research funding is another, making sure big, potentially paradigm-shifting studies don't get funded or approved.
So limiting serious investigation.
Right. Spreading misinformation, constantly emphasizing the natural erosion explanation, while maybe downplaying or ignoring the anomalous features.
I'm controlling access. People can dive there.
Right. Yes, diving tours happen. But the claim is that getting official, comprehensive, independent scientific studies done, especially ones challenging the mainstream view, is very difficult. Hurdles are put up.
So the overall narrative of the conspiracy theory is
that our entire understanding of human origins is basically a carefully crafted lie, designed to keep us ignorant of a deeper, maybe even frightening truth about our past, our capabilities, and maybe our cosmic neighbors.
Wow. Okay, so with that whole framework in mind, the structure, the age, the builders, the alleged cover-up, what actual evidence do the proponents point to? What makes them so sure?
Well, it really comes back to the visual features we talked about. And what they see is the failure of the natural explanation to really account for them.
So point number one is that geometric precision.
Exactly. They hammer on the straight lines, the perfect 90-degree angles, the flat surfaces, the symmetry. They argue that natural erosion just doesn't produce that level of regularity, especially not all in one place.
It looks designed, therefore it must be designed.
That's the core logic, yes. Intelligent design is the hallmark.
And the terraces and steps?
Again, they see organization and function. Multiple distinct levels, clear steps, pathways leading around. It looks too much like a planned structure. A ceremonial platform maybe, or some kind of complex building foundation, not just random ledges.
Then there are the carvings, which would be huge if confirmed.
Absolutely. If those reported carvings, the turtle, the face, the bird, maybe even symbols or writing, could be definitively proven to be artificial.
That's game over for the natural explanation.
Totally. That would be undeniable proof of artistry, of intelligent modification. It would rule out nature entirely.
Do they claim any other physical evidence, tool marks?
There are claims, yes. Some proponents say they see subtle marks that look like tool marks or evidence of quarrying, suggesting the stone was deliberately cut and shaped, not just eroded.
And the overall layout, you mentioned a moat.
Yeah, some interpreted channels surrounding the main structure as a deliberate moat, and certain sections look like artificially constructed walls, again suggesting a planned, contained structure, maybe defensive.
They also seem suspicious of the mainstream explanation itself.
Right. They often argue the geological explanation is just too neat, too convenient. A way to quickly dismiss something profoundly challenging without asking the hard questions.
And the perceived reluctance of science to really dig deeper
Is seen as suspicious in itself, evidence of the cover-up, in their view. Why wouldn't science want to definitively prove or disprove something so incredible?
Are there any links to local culture or history?
Proponents sometimes point to the broader context. Japan, and the Ryukyu Islands specifically, do have a history of megalithic construction, like ancient tombs. Kofun.
So, suggesting the cultural capacity for large stone structures existed in the region.
Kind of weaving it into a possible, albeit maybe suppressed, historical context. And finally, for those who already believe in lost continents like Mu or Lemuria,
Yonaguni is the smoking gun.
it's concrete proof, sitting right there underwater. It fits perfectly into that narrative of a global advanced civilization before recorded history, wiped out by cataclysm.
Okay, that lays out the case for it being man-made pretty clearly. But now, let's pivot. What's the detailed rebuttal from mainstream science and geology? How do they counter all these points?
Well, as we touched on, the overwhelming consensus in geology and archaeology is that it's natural. And their explanation really focuses on the specific geology of the site.
Back to the sandstone and mudstone properties.
Exactly. Sedimentary rocks. They emphasize those natural fracture patterns, the horizontal bedding planes, and the vertical joints. This creates blocks naturally.
So the basic building blocks are already there in the rock structure.
Right. And then you add the powerful, relentless forces of this specific marine environment.
Strong currents, waves, seismic activity.
For thousands upon thousands of years. This combination, they argue, is perfectly capable of eroding those pre-fractured blocks into the shapes we see.
Creating flat surfaces and sharp angles just through water action.
Yes, especially on sandstone. Water erosion can be surprisingly precise along existing weaknesses in the rock. And remember the differential erosion.
Right, the softer layers wearing away faster to make steps and ledges.
Creating those terrace-like features naturally. It looks like steps, but it's just how the rock weathered unevenly.
Okay, that covers the overall shape. What about the specific carvings again?
Pareidolia remains the primary explanation. Our brains are just too good at finding patterns.
Seeing what we want to see or what looks familiar.
Pretty much. They stress that these carvings are subjective, not consistently identified, and lack the clear definition you'd expect from actual deliberate carving. It's interpreting natural erosion patterns.
Is there a single strongest argument against it being man-made from their perspective?
Probably the complete lack of two key things: definitive tool marks and associated artifacts.
No chisel marks, no signs of quarrying that everyone agrees on.
Nothing unambiguous. And crucially, zero associated artifacts. No pottery shards, no tools, no human bones, no leftover building materials. Nothing you would always find at an ancient construction site or settlement.
That lack of archaeological context is a big deal.
It's usually fatal for a man-made hypothesis in archaeology. Where are the people? Where is their stuff? You don't get monumental construction without leaving some trace of the builders behind.
And you mentioned geologist Robert Shook. He initially went there open-minded.
Yes, he's known for his controversial work on the Sphinx's age, actually. But even he, after diving on Yonaguni, concluded it was primarily a natural formation, perhaps modified slightly by humans later, but fundamentally natural.
So even some researchers outside the strictest mainstream lean towards natural.
The vast majority of geologists who studied it do, yes. Kimura is really the main scientific proponent of the artificial origin.
And the age argument, the 10,000 plus years.
The mainstream science says that age is only relevant if it's man-made. If it's natural, then it's just an old rock formation exposed to erosion for a long time. Its age doesn't challenge human history because humans didn't build it.
Okay, so we have these detailed geological explanations, the lack of artifacts, yet the idea of Yonaguni as a lost city or alien base is still incredibly popular. It persists. Why?
Well, you just have to look at the pictures, right? The visual power is undeniable.
It just looks artificial. That first impression is strong.
Incredibly strong. It's visually ambiguous, highly suggestive. Easy to see why people latch on to the artificial idea based on images alone.
And then there's that romance, that allure of lost world.
Absolutely. Atlantis, Mu, hidden histories. It's a powerful archetype in human storytelling. We're fascinated by the idea of forgotten grandeur, advanced ancestors, mysteries hidden by time or catastrophe.
And the ancient alien angle taps into similar veins of mystery and possibility.
For sure. For people already inclined to believe in extraterrestrial visitation, Yonaguni looks like tangible proof, a physical relic.
Does distrust of science play a role too?
I think so, yeah. There's a definite strain of skepticism towards official explanations, especially when the official story feels mundane compared to the alternative.
Like science is deliberately downplaying something amazing.
Exactly. The forbidden archaeology idea that mainstream academia suppresses inconvenient truths or dismisses things that don't fit the standard model. That resonates with a lot of people.
And the sheer implications. The what-if factor.
It's huge, isn't it? What if it were true? What if history is completely wrong? That possibility, however remote, is captivating. It makes you question everything.
Plus, it's in the ocean. The deep sea is still largely unknown.
The ultimate frontier, in many ways. Deep, dark, mysterious. It's the perfect place to imagine hidden wonders, lost cities, ancient secrets just waiting to be found. It makes you think how much more is down there that we haven't even stumbled upon yet.
So as you, our listeners, maybe picture that vast ocean surface, think about what lies beneath. Think about the Yonaguni Monument.
Is it simply nature's handiwork? A stunning example of how geological forces can sculpt rock over millennia into something that mimics design, a testament to time and erosion.
Or is there something more? Is it a genuine echo from a forgotten chapter of human, or maybe non-human history? A profound truth submerged by water and perhaps by silence.
A relic deliberately veiled, waiting in the quiet depths to potentially rewrite everything we thought we knew.
The final answer, for now at least, seems to remain down there, shrouded in the deep Pacific. But that captivating what-if of Yonaguni.
It definitely continues to echo, doesn't it? Right through the depths of our collective imagination.